Mr. Anuj,
Good afternoon, sir.
good afternoon. How are you?
Sir, totally fine, sir.
Very good. So you are already in DANICS.
Sir,
You're under training. Your probation induction training is going on.
yes, sir. The under induction training is going on.
Institutional part is over or not?
Sir, a few sections of the institutional part is over, and currently we are posted in Andaman and Nicobar for 3 months of training in Andaman, sir.
Okay, that is field attachment, district
Yes, sir.
training kind of thing, subdivision district training.
Yes, sir.
And interestingly, you are a doctor.
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
Yes, sir.
What made you shift from medicine to say DANICS? I can understand medicine to IAS, IPS, but
Sir,
medicine to DANICS.
sir, I do consider myself fortunate to have pursued medical sciences. Sir, but going forward, I wanted a job, rather a career that would allow me more public interaction because I find this more aligned to my passion as well as skills, sir. Dealing with people on a day-to-day basis, being able to solve their most fundamental problems. This would keep me motivated at a personal level also and would drive me forward to make an impact for the society at large.
Okay, very good. Now, as a doctor and as an aspiring civil servant,
So,
if you have noticed the total fertility rate in the country in last 10 years,
so,
the spectrum has changed.
so,
People 10, 15, 20 years ago were asking for reduction in childbirth.
so,
Today, some states are asking for increase in childbirth.
right, sir.
Now, as a student of community medicine, where did we fail? Tell me.
Sir, it is right that the recent National Family Health Survey also shows that the total fertility rate of India as a whole has come down below the replacement level. And this shows that going forward, we would soon be facing a crisis, rather a problem of population, burdening population. So, sir, as far as community medicine part of it is considered, we have not planned our strategies well since the population, what was considered as a burden earlier, resorted to measures that were quite stringent during the time of emergency that led to forced sterilization. And later on, also, the measures only promoted gapping of pregnancies. But there was not a full fledged plan that would consider the outcomes of this reduction in fertility level also. And since going forward, sir, we know the amount and the potential of the resources that Indian human resource can provide. So we definitely need to recalibrate our population strategy. And therefore, sir, some states are going forward to encourage and nudge people to maintain this replacement level of fertility, sir.
Okay. If you are made the DM of a district,
Sir,
what one piece of advice or what one intervention you will like to do in health department? Just one.
sir, I would mandate that every person who is above 40 years of age in the district should get a yearly health checkup done. This would be the one practice I would ensure.
Okay, that you can ensure by ensuring that the primary health centers work properly, the community health mandate is delivered.
Yes, sir. But sir, there is a slight hesitancy among the people also because till they find any symptoms or signs in their body, they won't be going to a doctor for health checkups because the common thing among the people is that I am completely fine. But the diseases, especially the non-communicable diseases like diabetes and hypertension, which India has uh, 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 become a capital of, shows no signs at the earlier stage and therefore needs a proper screening by active participation of both the citizens as well as the doctors so that it is found at the earlier stage itself.
Okay, final question. I saw it from your DAF that you got distinction in physiology.
Yes, sir.
Now, perfusion technology, which you must have read in physiology,
Sir.
has evolved a lot over last maybe 20 years or so.
Sir.
What has been its positive impact on humanity because of this development?
Sir, I'm very sorry that I'm not able to understand in what reference this perfusion technology is being asked, sir.
Perfusion technology evolution. How has it helped human beings?
I'm very sorry, sir. I'm not able to answer that, sir.
You have got distinction in physiology, man. Okay, try to read it. Okay,
Sure, sir. I will
okay,
definitely learn it.
okay. All the best,
Thank you so much, sir.
Mr. Jagjit.
Uh, Thank you, sir. Uh, Mr. Agnihotri,
Good afternoon, sir.
where you are taking your field assignment now?
Sir, I am currently
Training?
posted in Port Blair, sir.
Hmm?
In Port
Port
Blair, sir.
Blair.
Correct. Yes, sir.
So, a lot of activity and agitations are going on Port Blair about uh, some drastic changes Government of India is envisaging.
It is right, sir.
So, can you just inform me what are the impact? What will be the impact in Port Blair of these changes?
Sir, the biggest cause of contention among the public right now, and especially the tribal population, is about the Great Nicobar infrastructure project, sir. And the implications would range from positive, since it has immense strategic as well as military value. Also, it is an economic multiplier for the country as a whole. But sir, it has its implications on the environment, not just on the environment, but also on the people, especially the indigenous people like the Shompen tribes who live in Nicobar Islands, sir. And also the immense biodiversity hotspot which Nicobar is would get impacted due to this infrastructure project. So, sir, going forward, we would need to consider all these factors as a whole.
Intervention of civil society in your area is penetrating.
Sir, it is right that what might have been a dormant island as far as civil society was considered decades back is getting its fair share of activism in the country. And, sir, for rightful reasons also, because the civil society would ask for its fundamental needs to be secured and would only contribute as a stakeholder, as a vital stakeholder in the good decision making, sir.
Okay. I hope uh, you will be in a position to protect the tribal rights and land from this modernization game.
So we would try our best.
So, because they are very agitated on this issue that our lands will be gone and all that. So, uh, tell me what effort the government of India is doing to bring Port Blair on the tourist map of the country.
So, so first and foremost is government of India has eased the connectivity of the region very much. So we now have daily around 5 to 6 flights from major Indian cities that eases the transport issues. And secondly, sir, the internet is now penetrating deep into the islands, not just to Port Blair, but also to the northern islands as well as to Nicobar Islands. So that is also quite contributory factor, sir. Thirdly, sir, the overall acceptance among the public and the hospitality that the public show toward the people is also quite appreciated. And that has been tapped by cultivating resorts and hotels by involving people to attract more and more tourists. And fourthly, sir, administration is trying its best to develop niche tourism spots also. So, sir, one currently going area is government is trying to capture Japanese tourists since Japan invaded the Andaman Islands for 3 years, and it does have its colonial era relics there. So this might be a tourist spot for them also, sir.
Thank you. Second, lastly, I'm worried about the waste which uh, when tourists, large number of affluent tourists come. Has there any plan in your area to dispose of the garbage and use it as a from waste to wealth management?
Sir, it is quite a priority for the administration to look after the immense amount of waste that would be generated if such a high footfall would be there. Sir, one is, sir, it could be a double win-win situation for both, since Andaman has a problem of power also. It does not have a local power unit. So what we can propose is a waste to energy generation plant that would solve the issue of waste generated and also the energy demand. Secondly, sir, as far as some critical hotspots are considered, we can rather shift to what Bhutan says, a high value, low quantity tourism model in which entry fees could be exerted on the people so that limited amount of people go there and maintain the sanctity of that region also, sir.
And you will also maintain the sanctity of the tribal sentiments?
Sure, sir. The tribals, in fact, should be would be encouraged to be the part of this initiatives, and the tourists should be aware. Awareness should be spread among the tourists also to respect their rights as well as their habitat also.
Habitat and privacy.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Rohit, you can take over, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Uh, Hello, Dr. Anuj.
Good afternoon, sir.
See, because you're a doctor, let me ask you a question which relates to your field. What is the overall contribution of India's GDP to India's health initiatives? How much percent of our GDP we spend on health?
Sir, as far as the last budget is considered, sir, around 2.5% of the government expenditure goes on health, sir.
Okay, sir. Can you just tell me that suppose tomorrow you become you get into IAS and you become DM of a particular district, then what initiative will you take to improve the health infrastructure in the limited budget? The budget will not increase, but in the same budget, do you have any kind of idea? Suppose you are working as a doctor, you must have faced many problems. Then you must have thought, okay, suppose I become DM of my area, I'll work specifically on these aspects so that people get better health, no? Do
Yes,
you
sir.
have anything of that nature in your mind? Any plan?
Sure, sir. Sir, if I get such opportunity, I would definitely like to work on one aspect that usually gets ignored in the normal scheme of things. We do tend to focus on causative medicine a lot and rather ignore the preventive part of it. Sir, I would like to promote preventive medicine, be it involving vaccination of the newborns as well as the mothers, as well as healthy lifestyle practices among the public at large, so that the non-communicable diseases can be stopped. Secondly, sir, I would create an environment and encourage youth to involve more and more in sports and physical activities, because these are the things that would help them adopt a healthy lifestyle. And since a lot of healthy lifestyle diseases are now being getting increased in the Indian population, so that could be stemmed, sir. So these are some of the low budget interventions that can be made and can have large impacts, sir.
Beautiful. Have you ever heard of this particular chemical which we call as DEG,
I'm very sorry, sir. I've not heard about it, sir.
diethylene glycol?
Right, sir. I've heard
You
about
heard,
it,
no?
sir.
What is it?
Sir, it is a solvent that is used in a large amount of pharmaceutical, especially it was in news for the cough syrups that it was part of.
Okay. So, can you please tell me what agencies are involved in dealing with such kind of spurious drugs being supplied in the market, leading to the death of number of children also we have seen in 2025, almost 25 children lost their life because of these kind of drugs. So what agencies are involved in fighting such kind of crimes?
Sir, the primary agency that deals with the quality and standards of the drug is CDSCO. It is the drug controller, and it does check the standards and the quality of the drug before it is released into the market itself. So, sir, that is one of the agency. And apart from it, sir, the government, each state has its health departments who does have its responsibility to check the batches of the medicines that are being supplied, and so that are also a part of the chain to check whether the spurious drugs are being supplied, sir. So as of now, I can think of these only, sir.
What was the whole issue? Was the drug spurious, or actually the whole this particular chemical is used generally in the drug in this particular syrup, cough syrup? Is DEG normally added, or was it added unnecessarily? It was a kind of a you can say adulteration.
Sir, if someone wants to make a good quality syrup, they would use alternative solvents for making that. Since we are known for our low cost solutions in pharmaceuticals, and therefore, as a short term measure, these industries do use chemicals like DEG, which provide them easy medicines, cheap medicines rather.
Okay. So it was a cost effective, you can say, substitute, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you live in Taranagar in Jaipur. Your address in
Uh,
Taranagar.
Sir, in Raulbata, a small town near Kota, sir.
Okay. So can you please tell me what is the most and the single most controversial provision of the Shanti Bill? Are you aware of Shanti Bill?
Yes, sir.
What is the most controversial part of it as of now, which is raised by the opposition also recently in the parliament?
Sir, may I have a moment, please?
Please take it down.
So the most controversial point that I can think of the Shanti Bill right now could be, sir, the government allowed the private organizations and in fact the foreign organizations to fund the nuclear power projects, sir. Although the government has mandated that it would be less than 49% of the stakes, but even allowing such high level of equity and having such control in nuclear power projects could pose certain strategic as well as security risks also, and that need to be studied, sir.
Just a last question.
Sir.
And please study about Shanti Bill because no, a bit of it, the controversial part. Please tell me one thing that Ladakh is asking for 6th schedule status, right?
Sir.
Because they say that we have got some tribals and these are very primitive tribes. So to protect their culture and livelihood, we should be given 6th schedule status. That will give us more autonomy. Okay? So Ladakh is asking for that 6th schedule status, for which
Right.
Sonam Wangchuk is in jail also right now.
Right, sir.
Why not Andaman asking for the same thing? Andaman Nicobar, they are also having the status of UT. Ladakh is also UT. So when they are asking for the 6th schedule status, why not Andaman Nicobar? They are also asking for the same status. Don't they have tribes?
Sir, there are a few reasons for why such similarity is not seen in the Andaman Islands, sir. Sir, one is that the major cities, that is the Port Blair in Andaman, sir, it is largely a cosmopolitan city with people from all the parts of India. So, sir, one identity doesn't assert over others, sir. As far as the tribals are considered, sir, they are quite few in number, and therefore they don't assert themselves for asking a complete state for themselves, or rather special rights. Rather, they want just to they have that uninterrupted habitat for themselves, and that would suffice for them. And sir, also the population in Ladakh is asking that they should be treated at par with the six scheduled states since they are almost 97% tribal areas, and they are not they consider themselves not aligned to that not incorporated into the mainstream population. As far as Andamans is considered, so they are quite they have been a strong part of the mainstream since the reasons like tourism, sir, and therefore they don't feel the need for that, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Anuj, let us come to the feedback part of it. What do you think about your today's performance?
Sir, it was my first mock this year, and I do feel that I am quite unprepared right now. I do need to read about the important fields that I have mentioned in my DAF, and so these are the aspects. And secondly, sir, I do feel that I still need to work a lot on articulation of answers. even if I know some good facts about it, I don't put it in an organized manner so that it sounds
Okay.
interesting.
Okay. Do you have your date for personality test?
Sir, it is on 11th of February. Sir.
Feb. So you still have a lot of time. Now
Yeah,
let
right,
me
sir.
come to the feedback part of it. Number one is we had a lot of discussion about this, TFR and this change in scenario, etc., etc.
Right, sir.
In your answer, you were trying to be politically correct,
Sir.
which was factually incorrect.
Sir.
You were trying to blame emergency for, those excesses in terms of, vasectomy, etc., etc.
Sir.
Okay. How many vasectomies were done in emergencies? You have an idea?
Not sure, sir.
Make a guess.
Sir, it would be around a few lakhs, sir.
Few lakhs in the country.
Few lakhs.
No. Read it again. What I'm trying to say is the number of vasectomies done during emergency was very small number.
Okay, sir.
But the manner in which it was done was wrong. So it got highlighted, published, etc.
Sir.
That was not the cause of reduction in TFR
Sir.
at this point of time.
Right,
The
sir.
cause was in 90s when the whole district administration throughout the country tried to outsmart each other by indulging into today I have done, this month I have done so many tuberculosis, I have done so many vasectomies, and the people forgot, the health department forgot because they were under pressure, the administration forgot that they have better things to do.
Right, sir. Sir, it is a great
Okay.
insight, sir.
Yes, it is a great insight. People were taking pride that I got first prize, I got second prize in conducting number of vasectomies and tuberculomies. That is
Cash
where
prizes
the
also.
that is
Cash
where
prizes.
the downfall started.
Right, sir.
I asked you a question on community health.
Sir.
The question is linked to this.
Okay, sir.
Community health was ignored, although in a separate answer you said you would emphasize on preventive rather than curative care.
Right, sir.
But the community health aspect was ignored.
Sir.
They forgot about all other aspects of community health. And in any case, advising for birth control was a part of community health.
Right, sir.
Not enforcing
Very true, sir.
birth reduction.
Right, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
since I'm a doctor, I'm an administrator, I'm telling you all these things.
Thank you so much, sir.
If you get a board who has person who knows medicine,
Sir.
you will be at extreme.
Sir.
Either you will get 240 out of 275,
Sir.
or you will get 140 out of 275.
Sir.
Prepare on this because community health has been facing challenge.
Very
Right, sir.
What primary health center was conceived in Bhor Committee, Mudaliar Committee, Alma Ata Declaration, that universal health coverage is not existing today.
Right,
So
sir.
just think about it.
Right, sir.
Why we have TFR much below the replacement level is a cause of concern.
Sir.
You will have aging population like China after 30, 40, 50 years.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just think about these things. Okay.
Sure, sir.
And
Sure,
then the question you were asked about giving no additional resources, what will you do in health? What was your answer?
Sir, I focused on lifestyle modifications and awareness about healthy lifestyles, sir. Promoting sports.
That doesn't require any investment in, it doesn't require public resource, public funds.
Sir, it would
The
require,
question
but
was, you should have said that I will invest this money on preventive health care rather than curative or even promotive,
yes, sir.
where the input up output ratio is very high. With little input, you get the maximum output.
Right, sir.
If you invest 1 rupee and get output in terms of 100 rupees by using
Right,
that money on, let us say, malaria control, malaria
yes,
prevention. By all means, you should do it.
Sure, sir.
So I think I have told you enough.
Right, sir.
Okay. Mr. Jagjit.
Thank you, sir.
Your your powerful
Before I forget,
presentation.
one more thing is, Anuj, you
Yes,
know,
sir.
perfusion technology, I asked you a question.
Sir, I will definitely read about it, sir.
No, I'll tell you hint.
Yes,
Go
sir.
back to open heart surgeries,
Okay, sir.
lung heart machine,
Yes, sir.
organ transplantation.
Yes, sir.
Why we have so many today without any complications? It's because of perfusion technology. Read
Okay,
about
sir.
it. Okay.
Sure, sure, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Your replies on the tribal issues were very good, and Port Blair, you're in thick of it. So it was quite satisfactory. However, as per Mr. Vijay Kumar's question, there were alarming gaps in your replies. Lastly, your replies were not very focused.
Sir.
You was behaving like a civil servant in a hurry. Don't do
Sir.
that.
Sure, sir.
Reply should be cogent and chronically wise. Very important. 1, 2, 3.
Yes,
30
sir.
seconds is a mool mantra.
Sir.
Reply should be in 30 seconds and then a pause. If any other question comes, then you reply. Otherwise, no. So
Yes,
that
sir.
all the 5 members have an opportunity to interact with you.
Right,
Otherwise,
sir.
your personality is good, everything is good, and and the questions I have asked about
Sir.
this, read very carefully.
Sir.
Tribal areas, agitation, and modernization in Port Blair
Yes.
is a blasting issue by environmentalist, social society, as well as at a large number of people. Lastly, you have beautifully said, okay, you want the tourists should be rich
Sir.
and conscious about the environment. But how
Sir.
you can stop it?
Right, sir.
You can't ask even Japanese only to come. Every Indian have a right to visit, and
Sir.
the civic sense is very poor in India. So
Right,
it
sir.
is you have the administration has to take very harsh preventive actions so that this garbage mismanagement do not take place.
Right, sir.
Okay. And infrastructure development for tourists should be in a very planned way, not haphazard, which is happening now in Port Blair.
Right, sir.
Private player is a private person. He want
Sure, sir.
to grab a opportunity, use it, abuse it, and misuse it.
Yes, sir.
So as a administrator, it is our duty that this do not happen.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All the best. You are a wonderful candidate. It's a pleasure meeting a wonderful officer post lunch.
Thank you so much, sir.
Mr. Rohit,
Sir. Anuj, I was very much impressed the way you gave the answers, particularly about the health part, because it's not so easy to answer this question. Normally, people will think that I'll change the way tenders are given, the way people are recruited. Now, in an interview where you have only 2 or 3 minutes to answer a question, you cannot elaborate on those nuances, right? So you give a very good answer that rather than post-disease problem, I'll focus on the preventive part. This was a very good, impressive thing. I think the overall way you think, that critical thinking is present, but you need to just work on the basic facts which are making rounds nowadays. The way I asked you the Shanti Act, you should be
Right.
knowing that the controversial part is also about fixing the liability
Right, sir.
of the supplier of the reactors and all. So that is also very controversial, and that came in the headlines, the front page of the newspaper.
I will definitely
Then
do.
about the death of those children because of the cold syrup, you should be very thorough with that because that happened in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan particularly.
Right,
So
sir.
there is no excuse that you don't reply
Right,
it
sir.
up to the mark. Okay, na?
Sure, sure.
Then the sixth schedule part, that also you answered very beautifully. But other than that, Vijay sir and Jagdish sir, the way they have given input, they have already
Sir.
communicated the part. I think I also wanted to say the same thing.
Yes,
But
sir.
otherwise, the way you have answered the question, I'm very impressed. Factually, everybody may not be knowing everything, but
Sir.
not knowing something which is in recent controversy,
Right, sir.
that too from your area, should not be an excuse. So work upon this 2-3 years, and I think otherwise
Definitely.
you'll do very good. I think
Thank you.
personality is also very, very good. Thank you.
Okay, Anuj, one more thing, final.
Yes, sir.
DEG is not a normal component of cough syrup.
Okay, sir.
You were trying to take it to less cost, this, that, etc. No, it is not a component.
Okay, sir.
Okay, that remember that. Anything from your side?
Sir, it was definitely enriching. It was my first mock, sir, and a lot of
Okay,
insights that I got from you, sir.
okay, okay.
Definitely.
All the best. All the best to you.
Thank you so much, sir.
You have anything?
Uh, no, sir, it is all fine,
Okay,
sir.
okay. I think we have given you enough to
Definitely, sir.
consume
It
your
is,
time for two.
sir, it is great insights to ponder upon, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. Then ponder over and enjoy.
Thank you
Okay,
so much. Thank
okay.
you so much.